This is the best part right here.
See if he enjoys it. This is one serving, so I'm actually saving my, I'm sharing my protein and stuff, which I usually don't do and I don't like, but.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Right there.
Cheers. Hey Radix fam, Coach Dan here, and we're gonna film episode 1 of Radix recipes, and I'm gonna bring you my favorite recipes that help me build muscle, burn fat, have lots of energy throughout the day, and keep me sustained for those 13-hour days that I'm in the gym. We're gonna start right from the beginning. Episode 1 is Coach Dan's Power Blueberry Acai shake that I drink every morning. It gives me energy all morning long, gives me the protein I need, the fat and the carbs, and a lot of antioxidants to make sure that I'm building muscle, I'm recovering from surgery, and I'm feeling good all morning long so my clients, they don't bug me too much. So welcome to my kitchen here. We're gonna start off by using the Vitamix this morning. I love my Vitamix. It's probably the best thing I've ever bought for the kitchen. Rachel might say different, but this is the thing I use to cook the most myself. So I've already got a cup and a half of water in there, so you're going to need about a cup and a half. The water, how much water you use is going to be just dependent on how thick you like the shake. So I don't like my shake super thick, and I carry it with me on the go, so I like it to come out of the container nice and easily. So I find a cup and a half is the good medium between not having like a watery shake and like too thick of a shake, right? So the first thing we're gonna do and use this morning is protein. We need protein in every single meal, every day. I personally use the Paleoethics clean protein, which is a paleo protein, which means that the protein itself is made from the meat and not from the dairy of the cow. I don't do so well with dairy, so you'll see with these recipes that you're not going to get a lot of dairy in them. And if I do use dairy, it's going to be organic, locally sourced grass-fed milk, but we'll get to that when we get a recipe from that. So first thing we need is a scoop of vanilla. I like to use vanilla for this recipe. Protein powder. It's got about 18 grams of protein in this scoop here. Let's put that in. And then on top of using a paleo protein, I also use collagen. So collagen is great for your joints, for your skin, to help repair and recover between workouts and all the damage that we do. I get an organic collagen, and I find the combo of a good protein powder mixed with a good collagen, it does my joints a lot of good. So I always use that in my morning shake as well. I get 2 scoops of collagen in every day. The other thing that I'd like to say actually about when you're buying protein powders is make sure you look at what's sweetening the protein and where it gets its sweetness from. The Paleoethics one is good because it uses coconut oil powder and stevia as its sweetener. And a lot of the artificial sweeteners you'll see in protein powders like sucralose are really bad for your gut. And that's probably one of the reasons also why your stomach doesn't feel well when you consume them. So I got my protein in there. That's the building blocks for the day. I need protein in every single meal every day to help repair the damage from the workouts I do and from the surgery I had, and to make sure I'm getting stronger, to make sure I'm gaining more muscle so I can stay lean and look good and feel good, all right? After we've put the protein in there, the next thing I use is MCT oil as my fat. So you can get this from a couple different sources, but I get an organic MCT oil that is taken from coconuts, and I use a tablespoon of the MCT oil in there, and that's the main source of fat for this shake in the morning. I like MCT oil because it's what it stands for is a medium chain triglyceride fat, and that fat is a lot easier to digest by the body and then use as energy, and a lot more unlikely to be stored as fat. So that those type of healthy fats that we're looking for to help maximize fat burn, to help with having energy and stay full for longer. That's why we use the MCT oil. You could also use a coconut oil. So the MCT will be more flavorless. The coconut oil will give you more of a hint of coconut flavor, which is good for some shakes. I don't like it as much in other shakes. So that's why I use the MCT oil. MCT oil is also good for your gut bacteria, and the healthier your gut flora is, the more likely you are to use nutrients properly and help you lose weight and put on muscle. So it's another good reason to be using the MCT oil. After we use the MCT oil, I like to put 2 different types of anti-inflammatory roots into my shake. This is ginger here. I just take a knob of ginger, throw it in there. My Vitamix breaks it up really easy. And then I take a knob of turmeric root as well. And you see that nice orange color you get there. It's packed with anti-inflammatory properties. So both of those things there I use, and I use them on a daily basis so that the inflammation I create with my workouts and stuff like that is I'm combating it with in some type of way. Also the anti-inflammatory properties in both ginger and turmeric have been shown to help reduce cell damage, and which can help with stuff like cancer cells and all kinds of things. So that's something you should have in your diet on a daily basis, whether or not you're working out hard. But if you just want to live a healthier lifestyle and help yourself recover better, you got to put the ginger and the turmeric, the active compounds that do the big anti-inflammatory properties are gingerol in the ginger, and then curcumin in the turmeric. Lots of studies on that. You can check it out online, how much and how beneficial they can be to your health if you eat those on a daily basis. And with the turmeric, actually, if you add a little bit of black pepper, it increases the absorption and how powerful it is. So that's kind of a pro tip you can use when cooking with it.
A little bit of a hack.
Yeah, turmeric is, you'll find it in a lot of curries. So curries and pepper, it's great. The next thing we're going to do actually is, it might sound a little weird, but I'm going to put some sea salt in there. So if you can get, actually the best kinds are pink Himalayan salt and Celtic sea salt, have a very high mineral content, but it also helps with electrolyte balance. If you're eating a really healthy lifestyle, you actually need more salt than you think you need because you're not getting it from processed food. So I use a little bit of salt to start off the day. Just a couple sprinkles in there should do the trick. The other thing that's really cool about salt is it is a flavor enhancer, which is kind of weird, but like not weird in the sense of with savory food you would understand that, but with food that's sweet, it can enhance the sweetness of the food, give it more depth. And I notice a big difference if you've ever had like a sea salted caramel. You would understand that it enhances the flavor of the caramel and it just makes it taste way better. So that, I like that with the sweetness in the shake. It helps a lot as well. The next thing we're going to do, I got frozen blueberries here. I'm going to take a cup of frozen blueberries and put it in there. Blueberries are one of those foods that are high. Notice my cup size here. It's a little more than a cup, but that's all right. This is all healthy, good stuff. We put that in here. We call this a high nutrient dense low calorie combo with blueberries. It makes them really awesome. The antioxidant quality of blueberries is very high, which also helps with recovery and fighting off cell damage, stuff like that. So I like blueberries for this shake specifically. And then another way to get some greens in is throw some frozen spinach in your shake here as well. I got some frozen spinach. I'm going to take a cup of the frozen spinach and make sure that I get a good dose of greens. Now, this is taking the high nutrient density and low calorie to a whole nother level, because there's not a lot of calories in spinach, but it's packed with micronutrients. stuff like vitamin A, C, K1, folic acid, iron, calcium. Spinach has got it all. So I always put that in there. You don't really taste it at all because of how the recipe that I've made here kind of blocks out the taste of that, and you'll get a better, more blueberry vanilla out of it. But while getting a really good source of fiber and all those micronutrients as well. Next thing, sweetening it. I got raw honey here. Raw honey is another good source of antioxidants. A great way to get a little more carbs, but some sweetness in that shake. And it also has antimicrobial compounds. It's good for wound healing and all kinds of stuff. This one I'll be a little bit more strict on my tablespoon size. I'm gonna get a tablespoon of it in there. It's gonna give me a nice flavor that I want to have, because who wants to drink a shake in the morning that tastes like crap, even though it's healthy for you, right? Honey's cool. It's a natural thing from the bees that make it. It has antifungal properties. There's all kinds of cool things that you can use and do with honey. It's great when you have a cold to make a tea with. Always have this around to help me out. And then I got my acai powder. Now this, if you thought blueberries are high in antioxidants, acai is like 3 times the antioxidant power as blueberries. So I take a scoop of this guy right here. I throw that in the shake to kind of give it an extra punch. It's called a power shake, so it should pack a lot of punch, right? I throw that in there and make sure that my antioxidant levels are on a whole new level for recovering, feeling good, making sure my body is recovering. I have energy for performance. It's going to want to burn fat, build muscle, and that's the type of recipes that we're looking for here. The last thing today, that if you got a big sweet tooth and you like things really sweet, you can use a little bit of stevia. Stevia is a natural sweetener derived from a plant. This is the only actual sweetener I use in any of my food. So if you need to, get a sprinkle of that in there, I'm good without it. I like the way the shake tastes with the honey, and there's already a bit of stevia in the vanilla protein. So I think you'll get everything you need out of there. So this, by the way, I wake up really early. I'm up anywhere between 4:30, 4:45. This process happens real quick. I get it done, out the door. I'm on my way. I have a energy-packed morning for my clients, for our members, to make me feel good, to be able to help them feel good, with minimal mess and minimal effort to get going. So put on my Vitamix, make sure it's on the shake setting. I do a little double pulse, get pulse up a little bit, and then 50 seconds in the Vitamix. It's gonna do its thing. I'm actually all right, 50 seconds later, that is blended well. Thank you, Vitamix. Love this thing. We're ready to go. So to make Rach happy, I'll make sure that I rinse this out, make the cleaning part of things a little bit easier on her, right? Thinking ahead a little bit, keeping my life easy and simple. And then, you know what? I'm starving, so I'm gonna have this shake. This is my breakfast shake every morning. I'll pour a little bit for Santo too. Santo's filming today.
Nice. This is the best part right here.
See if he enjoys it. This is one serving, so I'm actually saving my. I'm sharing my protein and stuff, which I usually don't do and I don't like. But
thanks, buddy. Mm-hmm. Thanks. Right there.
Cheers. Awesome. I love the shake. I drink it every day. I'm going to finish this whole shake.
Wow.
I hope you enjoyed episode 1. We're going to bring you more easy recipes that are going to give you energy, help you burn fat, help you gain muscle, feel good all day, and also get inside of you, give you more antioxidants, make sure that your cells are recovering, that you're able to live a life filled with energy and do the things you love to do because we're feeding you properly. We're going to see you in episode 2. We're going to show you my favorite oatmeal and how I make it to taste so good. I hope you enjoy. If you enjoy, subscribe to the button down below, and we're going to bring you more content, more recipes. We'll see you soon. I'm actually starving. I've been waiting way too long to do this. What do you think?
Nice. It's good. This is, wow. I was like, oh great, here we go. It's going to taste like, I don't know, like kale. But
yeah. It still has like a healthy taste to it.
It's good, man.
But it's like really good.
Yeah. That is like, you know what? You know what's funny? That's making your lips like really.
It's like lipstick.
It is. It's like you're an actor now.
That's all. But those the colors in the blueberry and the acai, that's where like all the antioxidant properties are found. That's why they have those colors. So
that's awesome.
I feel great, man. Like this stuff that I've been eating a very high anti-inflammatory diet and just cut out a lot of stuff, and I feel really good considering I've been working 13 plus hour days, and I'm recovering from shoulder surgery at the same time, and I'm working out hard for somebody who's recovering from shoulder surgery. I feel amazing. I really feel good, and it's a combination of this stuff that I've been using to create these recipes, and it works. You can feel it work inside. So
a few questions offhand here, right? Is pizza an anti-inflammatory?
No. Well, I guess you could have food on pizza that would be anti-inflammatory. But typically, dairy, wheat, which are probably the two main things, is cheese and the crust.
Yes,
are high inflammatory. So I guess if you packed it with veggies, you could have some type of effect. The tomato sauce
kind of balance it, right?
Yeah, I'm sure you can make your own pizza. Maybe that'll be a episode.
That'd be cool.
Coach Dan's healthy pizza recipe, high antioxidant. But I would never bring a. Have you heard of cauliflower crust pizzas?
I heard of, yeah.
Yeah, that seems like sacrilege to me. So like, you have to have a real crust, and I don't know. We'd figure it out. But it needs to taste good too, right?
All right. What about marshmallows? Marshmallows, anti-inflammatory? Yeah.
No, marshmallows are like pure sugar, but they taste good on s'mores.
That's okay.
Yeah. Definitely not just sugar. Sugar is a high, especially man-made sugars and stuff like that, or processed sugars. That's a high inflammatory response in your body, and also drives insulin up and down, which causes you to store fat, that kind of stuff.
I see. Okay. Oh, I'll make a note of that.
How much marshmallows would you consume? I consume marshmallows maybe once a year at the college.
I've had moments.
Yeah. That's.
I think that's my answer.
Yeah.
Moments. I've had moments.
Dude, like I like this shake so much, and I need all the nutrients so much that I like get some water and swirl whatever's left, and make sure I get it all in.
All right, man.
All right.